Have you ever had something at the tip of your tongue? A torturous tickle from your lips to the lung? I'd imagine you have, that it's not unfamiliar. But there has been no worse case than a young Farrow trillier. He is plucky and promising and has such rosy cheeks. You would scarcely believe he'll be dead in 3 weeks.
Remember this, Farrow?
Oh, would you look at that?
Oh, you remember this, don't you? It's your alphabet book from when you were a little tiny poopy baby boy.
Our story starts now. Farrow is just 23. He's basically nice and a good worker bee. This is good for a graduate. He's bound to be hired. And as luck or fate would have it, that is just what transpired.
Farrow Trillier.
Actually, it's a trillier, but really it doesn't...
What?
Nothing.
I'm Minnie, the secretary.
Lovely to meet you.
Follow me.
Copperplate Gothic. I like it. Very respectable choice.
What?
Nothing.
The boss will see you now.
And so Farrow was hired by Gerund and Sprinkle. Fresh out of college, his eyes have that twinkle. The twinkle that says, I can do it, I can. The spark that's wiped out of any hardened old man. Farrow's a writer, he says, or often professes, agonizing over prose and theatric excesses. He's promised his mother, for now he'll be pragmatic. She complains of his writing, calls it melodramatic. It's important to him to be a good son, and mother is pleased, so he feels he has won. But you see, Farrow's mind is like a bucket catching a drip. It simply must be emptied, or else someone's bound to slip.
Thank you so much. I'm Farrow. Nice to meet you.
Here.
Oh, thank you.
Don't worry.
You know, I'm a little nervous. This is my first day on the job, and I guess I'm just nervous about doing everything right. I guess maybe I'm overthinking it. Oh.
So he put all of his focus in on his first day toward the curve and the point and the angle of A. Swallowing down urges for dream and distraction, he committed himself to symbolic exaction. As his first week went on, he developed a rhythm, a pattern that shook and quaked to a schism. Between his mind and his body, the letter and the meaning, the sign and the symbol no longer convening. The A, he began to think, and the K, mean no more to me than their arc and their splay. Poor Farrow had come to the point of no return. He traversed the transverse, could no longer discern. He fell into an undignified alphabetic trance. It seemed nothing could jolt him from this dire circumstance. And by Monday, his growing obsession had reduced him to illiterate regression. He could no longer communicate through speaking nor writing, so he was given to flailing and miming and fighting. He fought to retrieve his hold on the real, on the language he loved, and control he would feel. What happened to words, and what happened to life? He was slave to this company, this alphabet, his strife. His mother was frightened. "What's got into you?" she'd say. "How can a young boy with such promise just decay?" He couldn't respond, only recite the alphabet. So his furious mother responded with a threat. "Farrow, you're lacking. You're utterly wrong. We'll see how you do when your support system's gone."
RSTUVWXWXW.
Pimples.
Wild and tormented, letters swirling through his head, Farrow walked to work on Friday, white-haired and half dead. He sat at his desk that day with a sigh. He was almost through becoming one with the why. His boss wagged a finger, demanding his font, but Farrow sat quiet and despondingly gaunt. He polished off his Y, and as he started on Z, he was struck with an indigestion that halted his spree. One hand grasped at his stomach. His pain was distracting, but nothing could stop him from perfectly exacting the shape and the essence of his beautiful letter, the missing piece to unlock his strange, awful fetter. He toiled until the sun was long set, while the office went home, ready to forget. Next day, as Minnie came in to set up a brunch, she found Farrow's office still lit and had a hunch. She crept to the cubicle and turned round the bend and found a mysterious goo, too grotesque to portend. She gathered the others so they could see too, and called in an expert to examine the goo. A doctor at last appeared and, without introduction, declared at first glance it was spontaneous combustion. Lying orphaned on the floor were the crumbs of his endeavor, mangled type-faced creatures doomed to suffer forever.